Hello everybody, Astocky here, and welcome to another episode of my Let's Play of the Buildcraft and Botania Let's Play. So, off camera, I made a new platform with the same exact replica of this, just a bit higher, and it's just able to still hit this same one. So, it's working quite nicely. It's increased my passive mana production quite a lot. Pretty sure I had the top floor of my house last time I showed you guys. Pretty sure this was all here as well. What I have done though is I have made all of the gates that I needed to make. So I have all the gates that I should need in order to make that quarry. Pretty confident I made this as well, and used this with one diamond to repair my diamond pickaxe. It's such a waste to use a single diamond to repair like 10 damage. In a bunch of my chests I've laid out some patterns of things that I'm going to build next. Haven't quite got to them yet, but you can see there's quite a few things. Particularly for End IO, there's a bunch of stuff that I want to make. So I'm going to chuck these in here for now. And I'll get back to that quarry in a second. First thing though, I want to make a mining well. So normally this would be an integration table recipe, but it's not quite working. That's okay, so we'll take all these. I am drastically short of iron at the moment. It's like embarrassing how little iron I've got. Achievement get straight down. I have one single iron ingot left. I'm going to use that because I want to make a pump. So I was trying to work out how it is that I'm going to power my quarry once I build it. And I figured the best way to do that is going to be with lava. How am I going to get all that lava? Well, Extra Utilities has this neat little storage device made like so, called a drum. It can hold 256 buckets. Now 256 buckets will last for Stirling engines a really long time. So that seems like the perfect way to do it as far as I'm concerned. Let's now get a stack of that. You can see that I've been doing some wood cutting off camera. I need 7 gears. I think that's... Nope, I definitely did too many. Whatever. Once again, so we'll go for 7 of those, 4 of those, 2 of those. Now I just need to know how to actually use the recipe. Q-U-A-R. Quarry. Piece of redstone. Dink. Now I am going to get Chunk Destroyer. I am the destroyer of chunks. Bum bum. That's a pretty cool name for an achievement. I still need to make combustion engines. Did that one. Still need to make a filler. I also need to make an architecture and then a whole lot of other things. And a refinery, but I've got pretty much everything else. Now I have this beautiful quarry which is going to supply me with all the iron that I need. Unfortunately for me, I haven't got any iron to use, so we're going to make 1, 2, 3. I think that's enough. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to make some landmarks and hopefully be able to set up a decent quarry with those landmarks. Gonna sleep through the night. What else do I need? Gonna need some power pipes. Wood. One of. 3 cobblestone transport pipes. Yeah, that'll be fine. Can't imagine I'm going to need too many of them. It's probably going to be a very similar setup to what I had the last time that I played, only this time I'm going to run it on epically uber amounts of lava. For now, let's come up here. Because I literally have no iron, I can't make any pistons. Sorry, I have 1 iron, so I could make the 4th one. But for now anyway, this will do just fine. Now I don't want to totally destroy the landscape. So I'm going to come up this way a bit. Mr. Skellington, hey? Seriously? I was kind of hoping he'd give me a record. I'm feeling like that's a good spot. Not totally sure how much it's actually going to do, but it doesn't matter. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3 to get that out of the way. Then we're going to have our 3 combustion engines. Two beautiful levers. Now this is going to produce not a whole lot of power, and it's not even going to work that great. But as with everything, means to an end. I'll be honest with you, that worked out a lot better than I thought it would. I wasn't expecting to get more than 3 or 4 coal. I'm only going to put 2 in each. See, knew I was missing something. I need cobblestone transport pipes. Oh, jump, hit the glass, no. I'm going to use this one last iron here to make another, what is it going to be? It's going to be another piston so I can make another Stirling engine so I can use that to drive my mining well, because I don't think you can drive them on redstone engines anymore. I read that somewhere. I don't know if it's absolutely the truth, but it's what I read. So I've got to get back over there before that thing finishes destroying parts of the world. I think there's quite a lot of blocks it's got to destroy though, so yeah. It's got a ways to go. I can hear him. I can hear zombies as well. I wonder if I can speed this up a touch. It'd be a horrible shame if this actually got rid of iron. So I was trying to quickly snoop around. See, that's why that is just not sufficient. So the good thing about the quarry is it loads the chunk that it's in, so it'll keep running even when I'm in the nether. I haven't got my pump ready yet. Stupid rotten flesh. What I can do is I can place that barrel down and then just go and manually pick up some buckets of lava. And probably 6 will be enough. So what I basically did is I just continued this down here, continued down, and I went right down till I got to the lava, and I found a bit of a plateau just up here that I sort of half fenced off. So that I don't fall in. But in terms of what we want drum. Oops. $12 buckets. I mean, that is a super convenient way to be able to get lots of lava as far as I'm concerned. And my plan is to use the Buildcraft pump to basically just pump it into this and then bring back 256 buckets at a time. Okay? Probably one piece of coal and a Stirling engine, and then we're good. The downside with putting it in the way that I have underground means it has to really blow out quite a lot of ground. But I prefer my quarries not looking overly like they're destroying the world. You can't always help it. But it is what it is, and the nether is full of lava. So let's get these guys going. Any iron I can see? Nope. Much less chance of things spawning now, I would think. It's a fairly decent cave at the back there. And I think because these blocks are all above they're all above 64, I think the only thing that will actually spawn are forestry ores and coal. Pretty sure that's how it works. So that was my intention anyway, that by putting it there I wouldn't actually be losing any of my valuable iron. Now the other thing that I did off camera that I haven't mentioned yet is I now have a second enchanted Man of Steel pickaxe. I got sick of Bane of Arthropods and stuck another 1 level enchantment through and got efficiency 1. So as far as I'm concerned, that's fairly reasonable. Wow. This is slightly on the boring side, so in the interests of making use of the rest of this episode, I'm not going to hang around here. Check that out. Yep, heaps left. And it's night time. What in the heck are you? Fallen night, hey? What'd you drop? A dyed leather cap. Was kinda hoping for something good. Now, I was really looking at trying to update the Technicality 3 pack and this pack to Buildcraft 6. Unfortunately, Buildcraft 6, Buildcraft 6.3. Unfortunately, the system won't let me at the moment because Logistics Pipes has not updated, so a little bit of a ways to go with that. I don't suspect it will be too long. I've been having a look at the Logistics Pipe forum, and it looks as though the main developer said sort of mid-December that he was going on leave and taking a bit of a break. So I suspect it'll be probably another couple of weeks before it actually updates. So can't update till Buildcraft until Logistics Pipes updates. Everything else is ready to go. It's just that one mod that I'm waiting on. So if it takes more than the end of this weekend, I'll actually push out just a really small update that updates Botania, and maybe Buildcraft might have updated. Yeah. So I made myself a sag mill. I did this previously. I think I did that on camera. This is what I've done off camera though. So I made a bunch of electrical steel and the basis for some machines. Now, electrical steel is you put this in all smelting or alloy mode, throw in coal powder, silicon and iron, and basically the way you get the coal powder is use the sag mill and grind up coal. It should show you here somewhere actually. Where is coal? Oop, too far. Coal. And then you get coal powder and a little chance of some other stuff. The next thing you have to grind up after that is sand, and that gets you the silicon. So you can see you cook that up. I'm going to cook up another 3 pieces. But I've also got this stuff here, and what that lets me make, once I whack it all together, is it lets me make fluid tanks. And I've made 4 of them. Now these hold 16 buckets, but you can break them and pick them up and keep the fluids in them, which is why they're slightly better than Buildcraft ones. Only slightly better. But the actual reason I made them is for these 2 things. So I'll grab all of that equipment now, and let's head to the crafting table and let's make these things up. So we'll start with this one. Now basic gears are really quite simple, they're easy. We need a machine chassis in the center, we need those on the sides, and then 3 electrical steel across the top. That makes me a combustion generator. Now this thing produces a varying amount of power depending on what it's running on, and it needs a coolant to be able to work as well. So I'm going to use it basically to provide power. I just have to work out now how I get the coolant into it and a few other different things. But it'll generate enough power to drive, I think, 2 lasers. But before it'll work anyway, it needs another device, which I hope I can remember the recipe for. See if that's it. Ah, beautiful. It needs this thing called a vat. And I'm going to take this vat, and I'm going to stick it on top there. Mainly because I've already got Ender IO power there, so that'll work. I need to bucket water into it, so I don't foresee this being a long-term design setup. can actually make the reservoirs, I think they are. See, it holds quite a lot. But basically the way it works is you provide it power, which once this thing gets some power it'll get some, and then you got to put a recipe in there. So the first thing you can make is hooch. You can make nutrient distillation, which is for zombie things. Then you can take the hooch, you can make rocket fuel or fire water. But I'm going to go for hooch. Now there's potatoes are 4, which I think is about the best. I think sugar is the next best. But I have lots of sugar anyway, so I'm going to go potatoes. Oh yeah. So we're going to throw in potatoes and sugar. And now it just needs power. So let's throw one of my last blocks of coal in. So it's getting some power now. Once it gets some power, it should start heating up. Then we should start making some hooch. I think. That's a recipe, right? Didn't we just see that? Potatoes and sugar. Unless it takes a lot of power to get going. I guess we'll find out soon. That's full and that's full. So pretty much all the power now is going into this. While that's doing its thing, I'm coming towards the end of the episode. Let's make one of those gears. So I can make with 3 electrical steel my Yeta wrench. This will allow me to do good stuff. And also crazy weird stuff that I didn't intend to do. Are you making hooch yet? Do you need to be full of water? Clearly this is less than ideal. Oh no. I must have accidentally grabbed the middle bucket. Normally by now I've got a reservoir running with one of these. Oh, I just saw some sparkles come out. Oh wow, okay, so it must have taken like 5 or 6 buckets. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's all full now. So there we go, we're cooking. And I can hear the noises from it too. Like a little gurgly noise. There you go, so it uses 4 buckets for each thing that it makes. But we've got 2 buckets of hooch now. Can take 5 buckets of water. What a slow process. I would just hate for that thing to, you know, to be in a way that was bad. once this thing's producing power too, you can use this to produce the power to run the vat, and it's going to need water. So let's have a look at reservoirs. Wish I could spell res. Okay. At mod.ender reservoir. There we go. RESE. Okay. So we need 2 blocks of fused quartz, glass, and then a cauldron. So I need 14 iron. I can't really do anything till I get 14 iron. Once I get the 14 iron though, I should be able to make the 4 of those. Then I need some of the Enderio liquid pipes. Just that puppy there. Which just needs quite clear glass and conduit binder. Which needs clay, gravel, and sand. I don't actually think I've got any clay. Nope, no clay. Okay, so off camera, I've got a little bit to do. Let's go check on that quarry. Now, something they've done with the RF version of Buildcraft is they've changed how much power it takes to break each block. So you can see the power actually going into the block and breaking it. The downside is it makes quarries much slower unless you put a heap of power into them. I'm going to add a 4th engine, but that's not going to speed this thing up substantially. 6.3, when that update comes out, it actually goes back to them being much faster. They still use more power, but it makes them faster. But you can see already quite a lot of cobblestone. So I'm just going to come down every time I come down, just take all the cobblestone out. I do need more iron so I can make some more buckets. He was a pretty awesome dude. Gave me a bone and a piece of rotten flesh that I don't like. So yeah, so I've got now, what's that? 4 buckets of hooch. So that is going to run the power for this thing for quite a while. I almost want to make something. Yeah, let's make something just to see how much power it uses. So that's going to drain all that power out really quickly. Just 1 bucket of hooch can't hurt, right? So what are you producing? 60. So it's using 32 millibuckets a tick of coolant. So I will have to keep an eye on this until the water runs out, because it's going to run out much more quickly than I would like. In fact, if I throw another couple of buckets in, should be pretty okay, and then I can call it into the episode. Why am I making redstone chipsets? You know what? There is no good reason for making redstone chipsets. I'm sure basic gates or something like that will need them. But it's really just a proof of concept to see how much power I can make. In fact, if I just take out all of the redstone except for 1, it'll then stop once it's finished. What do we got? 100,000. So this is as powerful as 6. I should throw this on the quarry. Stuff that's too hard. There's a pipe added by additional Buildcraft objects. It's called a pump pipe, I think. And you can basically just stick it in a source block, and it acts like a pump without actually needing a pump. Pump robot, that's cool. Water. Liquid. No, never mind. I'll have to look for that off camera. For the time being anyway, I'm going to go take that thing and go stick it in the quarry. So that'll stop it so I don't use up all my water. And this will substantially improve the output power of my quarry. And hopefully make everything better and happier. I'm just going to do it until the hooch runs out though, so it's not going to be a permanent thing. We need a spot. Now you guys are out of power, so that's why it's glitching like a crazy thing at the moment. So it's now back to mining again, slowly. If I turn on my hooch powered contraption, bucket of water, I think I will substantially increase the power it makes. Oh, it's already full. Okay, we want active without signal. There you go, we're now producing 90 RF per tick. Crapolan. I don't think that could have worked better. My quarry's glitched a little bit now because it's actually broken the pipe around the outside of it, but it seems to be working just fine. What I might do to make sure that doesn't glitch too badly, I'll take it out and then stick it back. Where'd that creeper come from? Is there an area in here where he can spawn? This area, hey? Well, that was most unfortunate. And probably anywhere above me too, because I wasn't really thinking about that. So look at that, that is really now pumping the ores through. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying the series. Stay tuned for the next episode, where I'm hoping to get the Ender IO power production sorted in a way that's a little bit more reliable. And I'm actually thinking I might even take it down there and use that as a... I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. It's currently waiting on water before the vat will do anything. Might just leave it like that. What are your options? Let's say only active with signal. That might stop it draining power. Up here, it's going to get what it has coming to it eventually. In fact, it's likely to be as soon as that setup gets me some iron, I'll start making better things. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time, Astocky out.